Hi, and welcome to the Crafty Canary for your tip on Tuesday. Today is our last installment in the series on dental floss and how you can use it in your home. Today I'm going to give you two quick little tips, and they both involve pictures and photographs. The first one is to use dental floss in place of a wire on the back of your pictures. Now this is an old picture, a beautiful picture of my grandparents. I love them so much. But the frame has a wire across the back to hang it, which is very efficient, really great. But sometimes these wires, if they're not coated in plastic, can scratch your wall. So you might want to use dental floss as a replacement for that wire. And I've actually got a frame here. This one is a wonderful picture of my wonderful son. And it has these little hangers like this that irritate me to death, because you put the nail in the wall and you flip them up, try to get them to stay up, which obviously these are not staying up very well. And once you get them up, you try to balance it onto the wall and then catch the nails, and you end up frustrated and taking forever to try to get that picture on the wall. Well, I've taken a picture hanging kit that my husband bought years ago, I think maybe when we moved into this house, so 3 years ago, and it has the little loops that you can put on the back of a frame in order to put a wire. And it has some wire, but it does not have a plastic coating on it, so I don't want to use it and scratch my wall. It was really easy. I was surprised how easy it was for me with my hands just to get those little loops into the frame. I made sure to do it level. And I'm going to use dental floss, and I'm going to use a couple of strands for added strength to tie this on to those loops, and then use this to hang the picture onto my wall. So I'm going to double it up, go through my loop, and do a really good strong knot. I'm going to get this so you can see it. I would tie it 2 or 3 times to make sure it's really good. And then I'm going to get it pretty taut across here, because when you hang a hanger with a wire or floss, it tends to sit off the wall a little bit, and the longer you have the wire or floss, the more it kind of leans forward. So what I'm going to do is try to get it taut and straight across. I'm going to even out my floss so it's easy to get into the loop. So get it pretty taut across, do my double knot or triple, and cut off. I'm not going to get too close to my knot so it doesn't get cut off, but I don't want to get too far out so that I have floss sticking out from behind my picture either. So I'm going to cut this about 1/2 inch, and then I can hang it onto my picture hanger on the wall. Now, it still will lean forward a little bit, but what I've discovered, a lot of times when you have a wire on the back, it has those little cushion pads on the bottom of your frame. Well, here's another extra tip. I have one. This is a heel helper in your shoe, a heel gripper. So you put it, those of us that have narrow ankles have these on hand a lot, and I just had one. I don't know how I just had one, but you put it in your shoe to help your foot not slide up and down in the shoe. So I have this one extra. I'm going to cut it to a small little pad, or 2 small little pads, and I'm going to use it, take the sticky off, and use it as a cushion on the bottom of my picture, so that it won't stick out quite so much further on the top than it does on the bottom. Except that I put them on the top, so now we're going to switch them to the bottom. Whoops. Good, that sticky came off good, but hope it doesn't. So I'm going to hang that on the wall, and it will hang pretty level, and I don't have to scratch the wall with a wire. And now I'm going to show you another little trick. You know how sometimes old photos will get stuck together, or they might get stuck to the glass of a frame, or even pages of a photo album where the pictures are exposed, they might get stuck together. Well, you can use floss to get those off. Here I have 2 old photographs, and I can tell that they're stuck together. I'm afraid if I peel them apart, I might peel part of the picture off. So I'm going to use actually my floss that I use for cutting dough that is non-waxed, to try to keep from getting any wax on the photos. So I'm going to tear off a piece, and I'm going to gently go into the corner of the 2 photos and pull it through. I heard a little crinkly sound. I hope I didn't rip anything, and I didn't. So old days at college camp, goodness, those bring back old memories. But be really careful when you're doing this. If you are trying to get it off the photo glass, I did try that earlier, and I cut a little bit on my finger, so be real careful on the edge of that glass. And the picture that I was trying was quite old and had a pretty big spot that was stuck onto the glass, and it didn't completely come all the way off. So it's not foolproof or guaranteed, but it can help, and it did get a lot of the spot off. So all of it was not stuck to the glass. So I hope that helps. Come back next week and I'll have some new tips for you. We're going to move away from floss into something else. But please let me know how you like this and subscribe to my channel. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. I would really appreciate it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks so much. Bye.